former Pro Bowler turned actor. You know him. I told you he's on all of everything from Netflix's Luke Cage to Straight Outta Compton. He is also my friend, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful actor Thomas Q. Jones. Hey, Thomas.
Hey, how you doing, Loni? What's up?
I'm trying to survive, bro. How you been?
Yo, I'm the same thing. Trying to keep it together. Down here in Miami.
Together during this quarantine?
Staying creative. You know what I'm saying? Staying busy. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay. It's just like a man. Give me 1 second. Look at the ladies. Look at the ladies. The ladies going crazy. Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen, I'm staying busy, staying creative. I'm in Miami. I'm home. So I live in LA and I live in Miami. So I came home during the quarantine because I wanted to make sure I was out of that whole crazy LA stuff when it went down. But yeah, I've been staying creative. I got my own production company, which is dope. We just launched it. Me and my producer partner Deji LaRae. So we got a lot of projects on deck. So yeah, staying busy.
But you know what? That's what's important right now, because I want to talk to you about the production company. Tell me a little bit more about it and why did you want to start a production company? Oh, Thomas, you got Boost Mobile too? In Miami. There you go.
Mr. J, I can hear you.
I said, you keep freezing. Oh,
I couldn't hear you.
Tell us about your production company.
Oh yeah, so I started this production company about working on it like 2 years ago with my producer partner, and then we finally launched it a couple days ago with a short film that we did, and we put the teaser out. But I did my own film, A Violent Man, that came out 3 years ago. So you can check it out if you want to check it out. It's on iTunes, Amazon, and YouTube. I produced that one. But I've always been interested in producing my own content. You know, that way I don't really have to wait for somebody to give me a job, and then I can produce the content that I want to produce. Me and Deji, my producer partner, we have a lot of really dope ideas. So we have about 4 or 5 feature film scripts, 2 TV pilots. One right now we're working with a studio about to get it picked up by a network.
Oh, wow.
That we shot it about 2 years ago. Yeah, shopped it around town for the last 3 years. Finally got it picked up. So yeah, there's a lot of really dope stuff going on. So that's been keeping me busy, you know, writing for the show, tightening up some of the scripts. I got a couple of shows that I've been on. I have a show that's coming out called P-Valley on Stars that'll be out soon. That I'm excited about. Get the chance to play a dope character with a crazy Southern accent. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I'm excited, man.
Well, Hollywood is your movie that is coming out. This is a little bit of a trailer, y'all. This is like, I want to play it for y'all. And this is called wait.
Catching Up.
Wait, hold on. I got the trailer right here. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna play the trailer for y'all. This is how we do. I gotta take that off. Okay. Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. Can y'all hear it? Wait a minute. Oh, the thing is off. That's Thomas.
It's been years, man. How you been?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised to see you.
Oh.
Where have you been keeping this friend of yours?
Ooh, he. Knives. Sure, I'll let you in the house too. Catching up. That's gonna be good.
You like it?
Yes. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
About the movie.
Yeah, so one of my friends is a dope writer. He has a feature film script that he wrote, and he wanted to do like a little scene from the feature film, you know what I mean? So we can show it to investors, so he could get funding for the film. And so he put me in it, and me and my producer partner produced it through Midnight Train. Deji, he's the other guy. That's my partner. He's in the other character. And so we produced it for him. It's a dope story. It's a crazy film about police brutality and it's a crazy backstory. I can't really give a lot away,
Right.
but that scene is one of the biggest scenes in the movie. So when it comes out, we submitted it to a bunch of film festivals. It's already been submitted. So once it's submitted, I'll keep you posted so people can check it out. It's about 20 minutes, but it's pretty action packed. It's a thriller. I like playing those characters because they're very unassuming, and a lot of places I can go because of my NFL background, as far as kind of like darker places, being in that world for so long. So I love playing those kind of characters. So it's fun.
I mean, I love that. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that you said, you know what, I'm not going to wait on Hollywood. I'm going to do what I need to do to be into Hollywood. Why do you think what advice would you give to people out there? Because, the thing is, we do this like little quarantine with Loni Love talent show. And we're always trying to give advice to people that's trying to make it, no matter whether they're singers or actors, but they're just trying to open up their own business. What advice do you give to people to really, start and get it done?
I think you should find people that are, I just did a live with Deji, and we talked about networking horizontal, right? A lot of people want to network with people who are, at a higher level than them. But what they don't realize is that those people that you are in the same space with are eventually going to be those people that are up there. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think a lot of people really value networking horizontal. And that's what Deji and I did. We were in the same place as actors. He's a producer. He's a writer. He's one of the biggest editors in Hollywood. So we came together and we're like, let's put together a company. We have similar ideas. We have similar backgrounds, similar experiences. And but let's believe in what we're doing and believe in what, we want to tell and keep working until someone else believes it. So I just think people need to really work with people that are on their level, believe in their project, first of all, because, that's the beautiful thing about acting in Hollywood. And football is one-dimensional. It's X's and O's, you don't get a chance to really explore anything. As an actor, listen, everybody has a story like you. No matter how crazy it is, no matter how, abnormal it seems, it's normal to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, in Hollywood that I've been able to bump into, fortunately, is ambitious, hungry. And me and Deji, we're literally like brothers. We're one and the same. So I think, like I said, when I moved out there 5-6 years ago, I didn't know anybody. I just kind of came out on a whim. I had gotten cast for being Mary Jane. And I was like, if I'm going to take this serious, I have to be in LA. I can't be in Miami. Right. And so I just took the chance and took the leap of faith, and I moved out there. And because I put work in, I got in actor studios. I started talking to people in my classes. Like, matter of fact, in my film, A Violent Man, I cast 4 people from my acting class in my own movie.
Oh, wow.
Because you get to know so many talented actors that don't really have the opportunities, and they might not be as ambitious as you, or might not have the finances necessarily to put together something of that caliber. But with the internet, with social media, you really have no excuse. You can shoot a movie on your iPhone. Like that short film that she's is a short film. It's 20 minutes. But we did that in less than 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? And now when the writer shows it to the investors, they can see proof of concept. And now they'll be more motivated to say, you know what, I'll give you, $2.5 million, $3 million to shoot the feature. You know what I'm saying? We put the work in. We did the little things. And I think a lot of people neglect the little things, and then they don't get the big things at the end.
Wow. And so a lot of people are asking, because you were with the NFL, and you, when was the last time you played in the NFL? Because how you staying in shape? Because most people get puffy. You still you look better than when you was playing.
Yeah, a lot of guys, I came in the NFL in 2000 and I retired in 2012. So I played 12 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I played a long time. But as an actor, obviously, it helps if you're in shape and acting motivated me, because I've always been like a guy that was in the gym all the time working out. But as an actor, you definitely have to stay motivated, because, that's an added plus, if you can, have a nice physique, you know what I'm saying?
Because the ladies want to see, Thomas. They want to see chest. They want to see chest. They want to see the abs. They want to see the smile. Yeah. You know what we want to see? That chocolate. Okay.
Yeah. if you can keep all of that intact, you give yourself a chance. You know what I'm saying? You give yourself a chance. They definitely exploited that on Being Mary Jane. So I'm glad I was working out, taking care of myself. I didn't let myself go because I don't think I would have booked the role. But yeah, you know,
though, when you gotta, because we just using you as a piece of meat. Do that.
No, you know what? It was because, you know, I understood the backstory of my character. I mean, I understood that was my purpose, you know what I'm saying? And so I think obviously I've evolved, I think, out of that kind of character. I think, you know what I mean? Like I'm playing different characters, different shows. You know, I'm a character actor, so I let my hair grow, then I cut my hair, let my beard grow, and I cut it. Because that's really interesting to me, getting a chance to kind of be somebody else in each project. But you know, I mean, it's cool. You know, it's different because playing in football, I have a helmet on. I'm fully clothed all the time. So it was a weird transition. The first episode of Being Mary Jane that came out, and I didn't get a chance to see it. And I saw it. I didn't before they cut it, before they edited it, and then when it came out that night, the hardest conversation I had with my mom. My mom called me and was like, "Boy." I was like, listen, they made me do it. It's not my fault. They made me do it. So you got to blame BET for that one. But no, but no, it's been a good transition. You know, I played a long time. I was fortunate to have a long career, successful career. And I needed something like this. You know, I needed something like Hollywood and something like acting to kind of get me out of that crazy football mindset that you have to play that game, do that job. And now 5 years later, I got my own production company. You know, I got my own projects. I've been on pretty much every network on different shows, different characters. I'm evolving and growing as a person, which is obviously the end goal, is to become a, you know, more well-rounded person.
Exactly.
And I think acting is taking me on that journey, and I feel like I'm just getting started. So I'm really excited about the direction that my career is going. You know, I have a show called P-Valley that'll be coming out soon.
Now tell us about P-Valley, the character that you're playing on that. Did they take their shirt off too?
Maybe. You gotta.
Let me go right to producers. Excuse me, please. Have time,
Maybe you gotta watch it to see, Loni. You gotta watch it to see. No, I mean it's a crazy show. It's this crazy show. It takes place in Mississippi, and it's a crazy show about this strip club. I can't give you too many details.
It's a strip club?
But it's a crazy, the crazy show I've ever worked in.
It's a strip club. Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm not in the strip club, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not in the strip club. I'm on the street, and I play a really cool character named Maine, and I'm super country. I got a crazy Southern accent that's dope because I'm from Virginia, so I get a chance to go back. I lost a little of my accent just because I traveled everywhere and moved around, but I get a chance to go back to my old accent, and it was a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a hit show. I know it's going to be a hit show because it's like nothing you've ever seen. It's
what is it coming
on? This summer. I don't have the exact date, but this summer. Yeah, it'll be out this summer.
Well, I'll make sure to keep everybody posted when it's going to come on. So, because we want to make sure.
And I also have, if you're in Los Angeles, I have a mobile app. So I also got into technology. I created a tech startup company called Castar about 5 years ago. Yeah, Castar, the website castar.com. And I started it with my co-founder, Sky Powell. Basically, it's a mobile platform for talent because once I moved to Hollywood and I was like, man, like I don't know anybody and I don't know where I can find gigs. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have a manager. So, you know, I knew how hard it was to not find opportunities without having representation. And there's so many talented actors that just don't have agents and managers. And so we created this app called Castar, Castar. The website is castarapp.com. And basically you download it for free, no matter what your talent is. If you're a hairstylist, actor, dancer, makeup artist, whatever it may be, you download the app. You create a portfolio for yourself, you know, anything you want to showcase, your work, your work experience, whatever it may be, right?
Well, spell it again. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, yeah, Castar, Castar. Yeah, Castar.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Instagram is yeah. Yeah, so you download it for free. And if you're looking for talent, if you're looking for a hairstylist, a photographer, a model, yeah, that's it right there. That's it. Yeah. So if you're looking for talent, you post your gig, you post whatever it is you're looking for, and then the person will submit to your job opportunity, right? And you'll get a notification. And then you can look at their page. And if you like them, boom, you just message them directly. Hey, listen, I like your content on your page. I like your work experience. You work with such and such, So, and then also you can network with talent as well.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So if you go in there and you see somebody that you like, you can click on their page. Similar to like a LinkedIn for the creative industry.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it right there.
That is great. That is so nice.
Yeah.
Because we all gonna end up working for Tyler Perry if we don't get cash.
Yeah, we hired
everybody.
Listen, I shot two of the projects I shot last year were at Tyler Perry Studios, 2 back-to-back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Tyler, his studio is crazy.
He is doing it, But this is, we need people like you, Thomas. People don't realize that there are so many, especially African-American men, that we don't have enough leading actors, like leading men actors, because they're not given the opportunity. So what you're doing is not only giving an opportunity to yourself, but you're also pulling people along. I mean, when you think about, as far as leading actors that can open a movie worldwide, African American, I mean, you maybe have about 5, and that's like Will, Denzel. But because, and it's all, I was telling people, it's about opportunity. They're not given the opportunity, and there's so many talented people out there. So by you providing this is really going to help a lot of people to get their talent out there and be seen.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there aren't that many opportunities for us, for a lot of different reasons. Some political, some of these myths out here that Black films can't make money, especially overseas. I mean, all these things have been floating around forever, and I've been in Hollywood for a long time because I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles over the last 20 years. But in Hollywood, as a creative, I've only been out there for 5 years. But I've been able to move at a certain pace because I've been working so hard and networking so hard. And that's why I said me and my producer partner Deji, we feel like it's important for us as Black men to be able to have our voice heard from a different perspective, not the typical stereotypical way that you would expect to hear our voice through either music or the typical characters, but maybe it's comedy, maybe it's what I'm saying. We have some very like the Short, suspense, very layered characters, flawed characters that you can root for because you understand where they're coming from. You can understand their motivation. Sometimes I think as Black men, when you hear rap music or you hear specific things, if you don't think about the backstory of where it comes from, you just automatically, like to villainize us and put us in a certain box. And that's just not what it is.
Right.
And I think as me and Deji, my producer partner, coming up in Hollywood, I think it's our responsibility, to tell those stories, not only for people to understand Black men, but also for Black women, to understand some of the things that they might not necessarily understand, so we can kind of close the gap, between some of the disconnect that I think is there. I have 5 beautiful Black sisters. My mom, I value Black women. I value all people, obviously, what I'm saying? Right. But I know Black people's experience is very specific because of our history. Right. And I see the divide, and I see a lot of things that bother me. And I'm happy and thankful that I'm in Hollywood now, and I have an opportunity to create content to push a certain narrative that needs to be pushed, and have honest dialogue and honest conversation. Because sometimes you only hear it from one perspective.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you hear it from that perspective, and if you're arguing with somebody and they never say anything, then you left to your own imagination, like, well, I guess this or I guess that, you know what I'm saying? Versus somebody saying, hey, listen, you got 5 minutes, I got 5 minutes, let's fix it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal. Now that I've been able to at least, get in the game, work with a couple of really good projects, good people, I'm taking a leap to make my own stuff and tell my own story.
I think that's excellent. I think that's so great. I can forgive you now for playing for the Chiefs for this. Now that I know.
No, you're not a Chiefs fan. You're not a Chiefs fan.
I ain't a Chiefs fan, but you know what? I can forgive.
So what is your thing with the Chiefs?
It's just the name, the Chiefs.
I thought you ain't like the color red or something.
Oh no, it's all good.
I played for 5 teams. I was all over the place: Chicago, New York, Arizona, Kansas City, and Tampa. So yeah, in 12 years, I was all over the country, which has been great for me as an actor because I've been so many places and so many different experiences and different coaches in these different cities. I mean, I went from New York to Kansas City. Mm-hmm. 2 totally different environments, 2 totally different experiences. You know what I'm saying? So I'm familiar with all those stories, and I'm from Virginia. When I went to Virginia and graduated from Virginia, but I lived in Phoenix. You know what I'm saying, for 4 years. So we're talking about it. You know what? I would have been with you my rookie year because I hated it. I was clinically depressed, I think. While I was in Arizona, because I was so miserable, but I wouldn't change it because that experience was instrumental in my growth, and a lot of people, they don't go to places if they don't have to, and even if you go for a year or 6 months, at least you can say, I learned something from the people there, or I liked it, I didn't like it. Like, at least you have some insight versus just not knowing. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, the more you know, the more you know. So yeah, that's why I'm happy to be where I'm at and putting projects together and moving and growing and evolving and meeting great people. I know me and you've known each other for a while. Yeah. You're a sweetheart. We've always known each other and been cool and tight. I know I did your radio show a couple years ago. Yeah. With Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the radio show. Remember I was in a parking garage.
It was going in and out. I was like, Thomas.
Yeah. I was on my Teddy Riley.
That Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's Teddy Riley. Yeah. It's just so good to be able to talk to you and to understand because you're encouraging and inspiring the people, and that's why I wanted to talk to you even more. And just find out, like, going back to your NFL career, how hard was it to lead, to navigate the ladies?
Well, I have 2 older sisters, so I have to give them credit. Because, when you have older sisters, you're constantly getting told what not to do and what to look out for, even if you don't ask.
Thank God for
And so, thank God, my older sisters, because they were in the trenches. You can escape your mom and your dad. You can escape them, but you can't escape your older sisters. They all in the mix. So I got 2 older sisters. One's 8 years older than me. One's 5 years old. So when I was a kid in high school, I was doing really well in high school football and things like that. And so they were on me. And it's so funny. They still call me Little Thomas because my dad's name is Thomas, so they still call me Little Thomas, even though I'm a grown man, because they still see me as a little brother. But honestly, like, they took me out of a lot of, not like they had to keep me out of, but like certain relationships I was in, they saw things I didn't see, and I always welcomed their insight because I know they had my best interest at heart, and they didn't just bombard me with their opinions. They would wait until I asked them and I trusted them, you know what I mean? And so that kept me out of a lot of awkward situations that I could have been in relationship wise. So now, I'm at the point now where I'm just really focused on my career. I'm open, obviously, I love women. I think women are the most beautiful thing on the planet. I'm open to women.
And Thomas, it don't hurt that you can do that. You run that 4-4, so you can run away from bad relationships.
Yeah, I got the speed to get away. I got the pull away speed. I pulled away. Trust me, I pulled away from a couple of relationships. I pulled away. Like, I had to turn the afterburners on. But I'm glad because sometimes I've seen a lot of guys go through a lot of stuff on both ends. You know what I'm saying? Not just from the perspective, because sometimes guys get what they ask for. Yeah. So it's a 2-way street. It's a 2-way street. I always try to look at things from both ends of the spectrum and not one dimensional, because I don't think that's fair to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think being an athlete for that long, college football, pro football, 5 different cities, and I was, you know, an all-pro and a Pro Bowler and played the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. I kind of saw everything from the highest peak. And the fact that I was able to kind of come through it where I am now, I want to pass all of that information down to the younger ones if I can.
Yes.
And make them understand, like, you know, you're one bad decision away from your dreams being shattered.
Wow.
And, you know, I've been fortunate, you know, obviously I'm not perfect by any stretch of imagination, but I've been fortunate to be able to kind of, you know, like you said, you know, I run that 4.4, so I was, you know, I was able to run away. Yeah. I was able to run away, but at the same time, if I wouldn't have gone through some of that stuff, you know, then I wouldn't know what I know now. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, let's end this out with playing some Shoutrageous. Thomas Q.
Okay.
So we're going to play Shoutrageous. This is a game that we play on the reel, and I give you the topic. You name off as many things that relate to that topic. So it's just fun that we do on quarantine with Loni. So I'm going to do adults only. Let's see, adults only for Thomas Q. Jones.
Adults only. Oh, that's how you started, huh? Adults only.
Yeah.
No,
Type of weed edibles. Type of weed edibles. Like brownies. Okay. And go. Brownies.
Type of weed.
Yeah, like brownies, stuff, marijuana.
I gotta type it or I gotta say it? Do I gotta type it or say it?
Oof. No, say it.
Gummy bears.
Yes. Keep going.
Say it again, I can hear you.
Say it again.
Keep going?
More. Like,
Keep going. Jelly beans.
Yes.
Jelly beans.
What else?
Young ranches.
You don't smoke, huh, bro?
No, I don't.
See, that's
smoke.
good. You prove that you don't smoke, because the type of edibles is brownie. You got brownies, cookies, gummy bears, but they're also cake, lollipops, chocolate bars.
Man. I almost said cake.
I know they have popcorn.
Did you ask me if I was high? Did you ask me if I was high earlier?
No.
I don't know why I thought you asked. I don't know why I thought you asked if I was high. So.
Maybe you were. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Thomas Q. Jones, let everybody know how we can keep up with you, and we're just so proud of you too.
Thank you for having me on. You can find me on Twitter, Thomas Q. Jones, on Instagram, Thomas Jones RB. My Facebook is official Thomas Jones. My technology Castar app is Castar app. If you're a talent in the Los Angeles area, download the app. It's on iPhones right now. And it'll be national by the end of the year, so everybody nationally will have access to it. It's on iPhone, go to the App Store. It's on the Castar Big Pink Seat. Yeah, look out for P Valley, man. It's gonna be crazy. You know, it's gonna be a crazy.
We're gonna look out for it. I gotta see if we get a chest. Let me tell you, Thomas, nothing is wrong with showing your chest, because Blair Underwood for years has been showing his chest, and Blair is like 3,000 years old. He is still in shape. I'm like, I just saw him before the quarantine. He did Soldier's Play on Broadway, and he did it. And I was like, oh, it's just something that we women love. So that's just my advice. Just don't ever think that you can't take off your shirt. And I'm on, anyway. So thank you.
You motivated me to stay on that bench press. Thank you. Listen. No, listen, that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether or not, and I'm not really that kind of person. I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, but I'm very much like, You know what I'm saying? I play, you know, I play Hollywood. I do what I got to do.
No, because okay, just so everybody know, you sent me you didn't send me the picture. I guess your team sent me a picture, and the initial no, okay. See, just because I just got to show people that what happened, right? What happened was, if I can find it real quick, because I was like, yes, and then it was like, wait, what happened? You know, so I was like, okay, where is it at, Alex? Alex.
I know what you're about to show him too.
Yeah, I'm about to show him because Alex, I can't find it.
I just felt like that wasn't becoming of a tech CEO.
It's very becoming, and now Alex, what happened to it? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I can't find that picture. I'm gonna find it.
It wasn't meant for you to show.
I tell you, it wasn't. Alex, send it to me real quick so I can see. Okay, this is what Thomas actually wanted. This is the picture. It's a nice picture. It's nice. It's nice. But the initial picture, this is initially what I got, and I was like, I can't wait. That yes, look at all of that. Yes.
I just feel like that one was not a CEO's aura, unless it's after working hours.
That's what we want to see. Chest and baby oil. Chest and baby oil, Thomas.
Well, listen. Once the reel comes back from hiatus, I'll have a bunch of projects coming on, so maybe we can work something out on the show.
All right, I appreciate that.
Live and in person. It doesn't have to be a picture. We can do it live.
Give it to him, Thomas. Give it to him. I love you, brother. Okay, I'll talk to you real soon. Okay.
Okay, sweetie. Good talking to you.
All right, Thomas. Take care.
Okay. All right. Bye.